Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down big ideas to help you make a bigger impact. Today, we're diving into the psychology of giving. And believe it or not, we're going to start with a simple trick from a car wash that can completely change how you think about fundraising.
So let's kick things off with a fascinating study. Now, on the surface, it has absolutely nothing to do with nonprofits. It's all about loyalty cards at a local car wash. But stick with me, because the results, well, they reveal something absolutely crucial about what makes us tick.
Here's what the researchers did. They gave one group of customers a loyalty card that was pretty straightforward. Buy 8 car washes, get one free. The second group got a different card. This one required 10 stamps, but, and this is the key, it came with 2 stamps already filled in for them.
Now, get this. Both groups needed to buy the exact same number of car washes, 8 to get their reward. The effort was identical. But the results? They weren't even close. The group that felt like they were already 20% of the way there was almost twice as likely to finish the card. That little head start changed everything.
And of course, there's a name for this. It's called the endowed progress effect. It taps into this really fundamental part of our brains that just hates leaving things unfinished. Once we feel like we've started something, we have this powerful internal drive to see it through to the end.
Okay, so car washes and punch cards. What in the world does this have to do with fundraising? Well, it turns out everything. That exact same feeling, that sense of being part of something that's already moving forward, is a huge motivator for donors.
You know, using these kinds of psychological insights used to be seen as a cutting-edge tactic, but not anymore. For any nonprofit that really wants to grow and connect with its supporters, understanding the science of giving is quickly becoming essential.
In fact, just look at the numbers here. Almost 60% of organizations are already using these principles on purpose, and another 13% are doing it without even realizing it. That means if you're in that last group, that 27%, you're not just missing out, you're getting left behind.
And the payoff is huge. When you design your campaigns around how people actually think and make decisions, you don't just see a bump in donations, you see deeper engagement, better donor retention, and maybe most importantly, you build real, lasting trust.
All right, so let's get practical. Let's build a toolkit. We're going to break down 3 powerful, science-backed principles that you can start using in your fundraising, like tomorrow. So we're boiling it all down to 3 heavy hitters. First up is social proof. That's our natural tendency to follow the crowd. Then there's anchoring, which is all about how that first piece of information we see shapes our decisions. And finally, scarcity, which taps right into our fear of missing out. Let's see how they work.
Let's start with social proof. A simple line like this does so much more than just ask for a donation. It tells a potential donor, hey, this is happening. People believe in this. You can be a part of this success story. It turns an ask into an invitation to join a winning team.
Next up is anchoring. This one is so simple, but so effective. When you put suggested donation amounts on your giving form, say 50, 100, 250, you're not just making it easier to click. You're setting a benchmark. You're subtly communicating what a normal or helpful gift looks like for your campaign. And finally, scarcity. You see this one everywhere, right? Only 48 hours left. It creates this powerful sense of urgency. It taps into that classic FOMO, fear of missing out, and it motivates people who might be on the fence to act now, before the opportunity is gone for good.
Okay, so the theory is great, but how do we put it all together? How do you weave this into a real action plan for your next campaign? Well, it's actually way more straightforward than you might think.
Here it is, your 4-step playbook. First, launch with momentum. That means getting some major gifts in the door before you even go public. Never start at zero. Second, make that progress visual. Use those fundraising thermometers and progress bars. Let people see the momentum. Third, simplify choices by using anchoring with preset donation amounts. And last, tie progress to outcomes. Don't just show dollars, show what those dollars are doing. Show the meals being served or the families being housed.
Now, before we go any further, there is one really important thing we need to talk about. Because with all these powerful tools, it all comes down to one thing: trust.
Let me be crystal clear here. This is not about manipulation. It's not about faking progress to trick people into giving. Your donors are smart. They will see right through that, and losing their trust is devastating. This is all about authentic momentum, celebrating real wins and building genuine relationships. At the end of the day, that trust is your most valuable asset.
And I think this quote just nails it. When you use these principles the right way, you completely change the conversation. Fundraising stops feeling like you're desperately asking for help,
and it starts feeling like you're inviting people to be part of a shared victory.
So as you think about your next campaign, I want you to remember that little punch card from the car wash. Show your donors that the story has already started. Show them progress is already being made. Because when you do that, you're not just asking them for a donation, you're empowering them to be the heroes who help you cross the finish line.